They don't want anything to do with
Who on earth wants anything to do with men? Aren't they the gender that started every single war?
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is the part 2 video I posted yesterday. So yesterday I posted a video of a man talking about the 4B movement and talking about how the 4B movement is not going to succeed in the United States and even in the Western world. And this has struck conversation that women came for him hard. So that first video was that man talking about the 4B movement and women sharing their thoughts about what he said that is not going to succeed in America. So in this video, we're going to hear men thoughts on the 4B movement, if they think this 4B movement is going to be successful or not, if they are scared, if they are happy about it, if they are sad about it. Men are speaking on the 4B movement, literally. Anyway, guys, I find this conversation very interesting because I don't know why men are speaking on this 4B movement. Because it's women's movement, it's a feminist movement, and they choose to speak on it. So some of the videos you'll be seeing here are people reacting to yesterday's video. So if you haven't seen the previous video, the yesterday video, go check it out so you get full context of what they are responding to, which is the guy with the red shirt. So go check out the previous video so you get full context, okay? So with that all said, guys, let's go check out what the men have to say about the 4B movement, and then we'll come back and talk more.
So I know I'm not the only person that wanted to know what the 4B movement was. So I looked it up. So you don't have to. The 4B movement is a movement that was originated in South Korea in 2019. And its members renounced the 4 major activities, which include the following: sex with men, child rearing. Why they didn't put that one with men? Oh, I'm sorry. Dating with men, marriage with men. A woman that is stitched to this video, that is championing this 4B movement, is 21 years old. Fellas, what the y'all do? I mean, what I do it? I'm included. Hey man, y'all need, we need to get our shit together before we lose our women to the 4B movement, bro. Come on, get it together, fellas. I can't imagine a world where this movement is real life. I can't. Come on, man.
The 4B movement is going to force men to be red pill. It doesn't matter if you're single, married, in a relationship. You're going to be forced to be a red pill brother, man. And if you're already a red pill man right now, this 4B movement is a victory for us, because everything that we've said, every boundary that we set, that's what we meant. And this is why they have to do what they have to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because we told them we don't want no old single mothers. We don't want women with high body counts. And so with that being said, like, they have to do this, guys. You have to understand this is a victory for men. Because listen, we know that the majority of the women who are talking all this about the 4B movement, they've hit the wall, they're over 30, they had children before they got married, they've never been married, but they got children. And they got a high body count, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing us a favor.
Okay.
So I'm a very strong believer and supporter of the 4B movement in the West. I believe that American women should not breed with American men, and the fact that the 4B movement has resonated so strongly with American women is indicative of the fact that American women are just not treated very well. Nobody really talks about this as much, but American women have far less rights than Asian women with regards to their reproductive health. In China, in Korea, or Japan, every single province in China, you are allowed to get an abortion, whereas in America, it's already restricted in most states. And also, not only that, American women are simply do not have the freedom to be able to go outside at night at like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. Because if you've ever been to America, you know that the cardinal rule is, especially if you're a single American woman, you should not be going out in some shady area at night, because there's a significant chance of you being harassed, of you being kidnapped in general. I mean, America is a country that only solves 40% of its and 20% of it, which means that American men have had just the ability to just American women and get away with it for so many decades. And I think that the reason why so many American women are joining the 4B movement is because they're sick and tired of that's coming out of American men. American men are not even giving American women commitment. And it's not like they're like some Chad or anything, like they're Brad Pitt or something like that, like the epitome of like some kind of attractive standard, or they're rich. A lot of American men who aren't even giving commitment aren't even rich. They're just poor schmucks. And so American women are just like, dude, I'm getting the raw end of the deal. American women really need to go 4B in order to renegotiate the power that they can have between American.
The 4B movement is not going to work in the United States of America. It's not.
You sad, sad, pathetic little man. You limp, flaccid thing. You are the exact reason why women don't want to with men. You are the problem. But you're like, this ain't gonna work in America. Oh no, no one's gonna want to sleep. But if you got some, hussies, then your whole idea is broken. You can have the hussies. The real women don't want you. You understand that? Real women, women of quality, women with self-respect, they don't want you. They're never going to want you because they know they don't ever need you. They got a battery-operated man, and he's always ready, and he has no insecurities. But you are the most insecure man on earth.
By women in South Korea, they don't want anything to do with.
Who on earth wants anything to do with men? Aren't they the gender that started every single war? That literally changed this entire world for their own pleasure? I mean, seriously. Everyone, the 4B movement is scaring men. Let it thrive. Let it flourish in this country. I am so for this 4B movement. Oh my goodness. I don't think you understand how happy it makes me. And if you're like, but you're a man, this won't affect you. It won't affect me because I'm already married to a man. Don't want kids. But what I will benefit is seeing women happy. Okay. Seeing them take control of their lives and not have to deal with children. Goodness, it makes me so happy to know that many men won't be born because they don't need to be born. They don't need to be taking up the oxygen on this planet. There are almost 9 billion people here. Adopt some. Just adopt some. Goodness. Oh my God, I despise men. I hate men so much. And no one could have prepared me for the irony of being a man, living in this world, seeing how men operate, knowing how men think, and then being attracted to them. Thanks, life. That was a curveball. That was a what moment? Yeah, 4B movement. And
I keep seeing this shit about the 4B movement, so I finally bit the bullet and just like searched it up on TikTok. And from what I understand, it's a bunch of women from Korea, I believe. They're tired with the misogyny and everything that's going on with men over there and how men are treating them, and they're refusing to have kids, marry men, or have any sex with men, and blah 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 blah. People are saying, should they bring that to America? Should they bring that to Western countries? And here's what I feel like: y'all could do whatever y'all like. Social media, specifically for women, has tricked y'all into thinking that men want relationships more than women. Y'all have sat up here and listened to these pink pill podcasters for so long that you're flailing and you don't know who to listen to. You don't even know what you want anymore. This is coming from a man who was married with 3 kids. I'm about to get snipped up. I'm done having kids, so this shit ain't gonna affect me at all. I'm just saying, it sounds kind of crazy. First, y'all tried to go with the hookup culture to be liberated and give your, my body, my choice, give your body to all these men, not realizing that like hookup culture is for Men. No one benefits from hookup culture more than men. So then you're like, okay, well, I can't do the same thing as them. That doesn't work out. I'm gonna go to the other end of the spectrum. No children, no sex, no nothing. Which I think is, more beneficial to you than hookup culture. But at the same time, it's like they're not even dating men. They're not doing anything. It's like, y'all have to go touch the grass outside. And like I said, I'm married with kids, so I'm standing on the outside of this looking in. And it's just like, if y'all don't see that these cultures try to affect women and not men, it's crazy. Everything is being aimed straight at young women. Y'all don't see how much y'all are switching and whipping and dipping and doing different shit. Y'all don't see it? It's actually scary. Y'all went from hot girl summers to being girl bosses to now you want a soft life, you want to be feminine, all this dumb shit. What is going on? Are any of you individuals who know what you actually want out of life? Because I'm seeing it and it's just a pendulum swing. Well, I tried that movement. That ain't work. I'm going to try this movement. All right. I don't know what y'all should do with your life. I ain't your therapist. But what I will tell you is that like following trends on the internet and letting it affect your real life, it's kind of crazy.
Why are some men so pressed about the 4B movement making its way to the States? The same women that's going to be partaking in that movement is the same women y'all didn't want anyway. So what are y'all pressed about?
So here's the complete irony of that video. First of all, using quotation marks to say, oh, the South Korean women are going against the conservative values of the society, while at the same time spouting conservative rhetoric, including borderline stereotypical racist terminologies. Saying, oh, we'll give Pookie and Ray Ray access to the draws. I don't think I've ever really heard anybody except for out of touch, semi, I don't want to say sellouts, but those of the African American community who say stereotypical things that have been said numerous times by white people. So that's 0 for 2, because in this video, this guy keeps saying, oh, well, if a woman does this and says a man has this, and they'll do it. If they follow these set lines of these set rules that will accommodate a woman and say, you have to have a stable job, you have to have all this, you have to have all that, and then I will make it exclusive. And then he goes and says, well, it's monogamy because polygamy doesn't work because of his own opinion. And he says, I know that's my own opinion. Problem is that everything you've said is from an air of ignorance. Okay. And I say that with the utmost of respect. Is the fact that you use ignorant terms like Pookie and Ray Ray to give up the draws as a reason why the 4B movement won't work is very small-minded and ignorant. To say that the only reason why women in South Korea are going against the conservative values is ignorant. It says that all you've heard is the rumblings of other, probably men, who have said this is what it's about, without at no point listening to a woman about their concerns. Now, from what I can tell, the 4B movement is about not just conservative values, it's about removing the root cause of the problem in all of society, which has been men. The women in South Korea not only have said, no, we will remove access for men because we do not want to accommodate them for sociological reasons, it is also the sum zero conclusion that they came to. Who is it that's in charge that starts most of the wars? Men. Who are the ones who pass the laws that oppress other people, including their own type? Men. All right, they are saying we have a problem here with men being in control. And they're saying, and they're basically, in a sense, saying we are not allowing this to continue. They are saying we would rather destroy the human race than to allow men to continue to destroy not only the human race, but the entire planet. So, it doesn't even matter about that aspect of it. And you're right, you could still have the small subset of it. But what you don't take into consideration is what we call in the, like, it came out a lot during the COVID years, what we call a herd immunity factor, is that when the larger scale of it happens, the small subset actually becomes part of the group. And what you're failing to realize with this quote-unquote herd immunity concept is that it doesn't matter that there's going to be the small subset of women who give up the draws to Pookie and Ray Ray. It's the fact of the matter is that that small subset won't be enough to garner enough change if the majority of the women are removing access from that. Now that makes it easier to control the situation. For example, let's say in America there's 230 million people, or no, I'm sorry, 300 million people, I believe it was the last census. Half and it's split down the middle. Half are women, half are men. If 80% of the women remove access to themselves for reproductive means, that's roughly, oh geez, I want to say that's about 150 million women. And then if that's removed and then the men die out, you only have about 30 million women who are going to stay with it. Eventually, there will be enough of a change in the system, in the ideology, that the small subset of women who are doing this will eventually either A, be ostracized and cut off because now the majority has control of the resources, or B, they will conform with the majority at that point. So it could still very well work. But besides that aspect of it, and besides all the stereotype words and terms you use, you're still thinking of it as the idea that women have this desire to take men. And that's why you're missing the point. Is that you coming out on this app saying these things, you are actually becoming the poster boy for other women to say, see, this is why the 4B movement is needed, because we need to remove people like this from society. Men who think that they have all the answers and that this won't work because women are too weak to exhibit self-control and that they'll need Ray Ray and Pookie to give up the draws. Notwithstanding the fact that if you were well educated, and I've mentioned this in other videos, women can find enjoyment without Ray Ray and Pookie. All you have to do, and honestly, just peruse any site, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It is quite feasible, with the advent of science, with the advent of technology, that the desire or the need for men is not necessary. And as long as there are individuals like you that keep talking from this arrogant stance of thinking women need men, then the 4B movement will be very successful. And you think I'm saying this because I don't want it to happen, you would be wrong, because I'm all for it. Because I've come to the logical conclusion that it is men that seem to be the problem. And unless we start changing the way we think and stop acting like we have the answers and everything worked perfectly because we're the best, then this societal correction is going to happen. And I'm all for it.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. You're on the channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So here's my thought on this conversation is that the fact that men are speaking on the 4B movement, the fact that they are including themselves into this conversation, it just got me thinking. And before I go on, I just want to say some of the reaction, like the last man that spoke, he was reacting to the video I posted previously. So if you're kind of confused what he was replying to, that was what he was replying to. If you haven't seen that first video of a man talking about how the 4B movement is not going to strive in the Western world, especially in the United States, just go check out that video. You hear his thought, and then some women share their thoughts on that. But hearing men speak about the 4B movement and some of them trying to convince women that it's not going to work. For me, why? If it's not going to work, why are you having a conversation? Why are you doing your research to find out what's working? Guess what? I think I know what's happening. I think now they're saying that the momentum is being gained, like women are really pushing it so hard. And the other man talking about, how women are going into different movements. First it was the girl boss movement. But all the movements are coming together. All the movements are helping us to recognize our power as women. All the movements are helping us to form a community, a strong community of ourselves, of support for us not to do with the railways and the pockets. So I feel like a lot of men are scared, and I'm so impressed that some of these men are actually, they really see reasons and they understand what the movement is and get it that, when things hit the fan, you guys are going to be on the receiving end, because we've seen it all over the years and women have enjoyed a lot over the years. And now because we are recognizing what is going on and how society does not treat us right, and now we're forming a great community, we're having conversation, we're being honest, we're healing our trauma. I feel like this is a big threat to men, and I feel like they can't stand it. They are like tussling and trying to tell us, oh no, it's not going to work. We need men. When for the longest time, we women were born, raised to serve men. And now we're claiming our power, living our life in our own terms and condition, and doing things because we want to do it, not because society, which is ruled and built in the patriotic system, did not tell us what to do. And for me, that is very powerful, and I'm so proud that I'm seeing this day and I'm with these women. And I'm so glad that I am part of this movement. I'm part of this movement of women being very intentional, opening their eyes, calling spade a spade, not allowing the patriotic system and society to determine the structure of their life and how their life should navigate. And I'm so proud of that. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know your thoughts on this conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So feel free to share your opinion. Please go ahead and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have bangy conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to put out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.